Hello YouTube, Grand Captain Speedy Dash here, continuing my what if of what if Goku was born with Ultra Instinct. But before we get started, I want to explain a few things. Because of Dragon Ball Super, the age Goku is born has kinda gotten a little muddy. So for the sake of simplicity, I will be explaining what I'm actually going to be using for the timeline for Goku's birth as well as his leaving Planet Vegeta. At the beginning of the Jocko manga, it says about 10 years ago Jocko came to Earth, the ending of the manga being just before Dragon Ball starts. So for the sake of simplicity, as I said, I'm going to take that more literally and say the age Goku and Jocko first came to Earth was 739, which, because of Dragon Ball Minus, would put Goku's birthday 736. This will become less important as I go on, but for the early parts, what age Goku gets to Earth actually has a little bit of impact. Okay, now that we have gotten that out of the way, without further ado, we'll get to the what if. What if Goku was born with Ultra Instinct, Part 2. Before setting off, Kakarot tells Gohan about his oldest memories of two beings that he believes were his parents, especially the part where Bardock tells him not to look at the full moon for too long. Not exactly important now, but something to keep in mind. The Dragon Ball Minus manga version, Kakarot hears both Bardock's name and Raditz', so even if he doesn't know exactly who they are, he will know the names, which will come into play at a later point. It takes a couple of days, but they finally find Master Roshi at Kame House. Gohan explains everything that has happened since he found Kakarot, as well as telling Roshi about the heat and pressure that he felt the last time Kakarot used the form. Roshi, still unsure about all the details, but as a favor for his former student, agrees to help train Kakarot. Roshi's training starts off a bit more lightly than originally, but picks up quickly. After a while of training, Kakarot asks Gohan if they can have a sparring match to see how the training is progressing. Though Kakarot once again uses this as a means to activate Ultra Instinct Sign, which once again causes him to collapse, though this time he isn't as injured as the previous times. I just want to take a moment to have a little aside that I still am researching and rereading more to help progress the what if, and one of the things I found that was interesting was that in the anime and the manga, Ultra Instinct behaves a bit differently. In the anime, it seems a bit more like Kaioken, where it puts massive strain on the user's body and can kill the user if they aren't prepared for it. However, in the manga, it appears to be more like a Super Saiyan state where it more just drains stamina without too much of a harm on the body. For the sake of the what if, I will put it as more like the manga, but the reason of all the injuries so far is that his body is not ready to handle the power increase that comes with Ultra Instinct, which causes it to tear up his body. Back to the story at hand. When Kakarot wakes, he finds an annoyed Gohan tending to his injuries. Gohan, who is angry because Kakarot once again tried the form before finishing Master Roshi's training, reluctantly tells Kakarot that seems his injuries weren't as bad as the previous times, hoping that this will make him focus on Roshi's training for the time being. As soon as Kakarot has fully recovered, he wants to get right back to training, which is at the time when Roshi reveals the weighted shells to further Kakarot's training. At the same time, Roshi also tells Kakarot about the Tenkaichi Budokai in the hopes that it motivates him to train harder till the next tournament. So that is what the three do till the age 745 when the time comes for the Tenkaichi Budokai. Through Kakarot's training, Ultra Instinct's sign no longer wrecks his body, but he is still unable to maintain the form, let alone use it offensively. And this is where I will stop the part for today. Since the next part is a tournament, I thought I'd leave it open to ask the audience of who do they think the other 5 finalists should be. Anyway, as always, if you enjoyed, I hope you give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, which will really help me out. But regardless, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be.